Yapakana Raichi, Karani, Pulling and Milladina Pakana, Manatu. This here is Palo country, and always has been Palo's country. Please feel welcome to Palawa country. Nairina too, thank you.
Thank you, Nicole, and good luck to both teams here today in what will be a fantastic tradition starting today in this game. Best of luck to both sides.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Kingston Twin Ovals for round 17 TSL action. It's the Kingborough Tigers up against Lauderdale Bombers here this afternoon at the Twins. An Indigenous celebration game today. A welcome to the country pre-game. At those ceremonies before the match, and we're about to get underway with the big clash. Both teams wearing special kits for the day, as you can see, a little bit different there. It's not the Geelong Cats strip the Lauderdale side are wearing. It's very much a special Indigenous kit. Tigers, likewise, they are looking pretty sharp, and we're just about ready to get underway here with this big round 17 match. The Tigers top of the table, but certainly are going to need a victory here this afternoon to hold off a charging North Launceston, who are level on points with them. They've got one more match between each other to come this season. They can't afford any slip-ups, and in fact this is one of the two slip-ups they've had this year. They've only lost 2 games. One of them was to Lauderdale last time they played. At that stage it seemed like Lauderdale might be ready for a late season charge into finals. Unfortunately for them, it's all rather unravelled since then. Haven't won since that match. They're now out of the finals calculation, but certainly no easy beats, and the Tigers are going to need to be better than they were the last time these two sides met. Can't afford another upset if they want that home ground advantage for the finals. All the Bombers out of action this afternoon. They'll be watching on with interest, undoubtedly hoping the Tigers slip up. We're ready to get underway here at the Twins. The umpire tosses it in the air, and Sam Siggins immediately takes it out of the middle and launches the Bombers forward. Can he find a marking target? Pushing off, not quite able to take that one down there. Gridley swooping Curran. A couple of handballs, and the Tigers able to work their way out, but that one couldn't quite find its way to Clifford, but Cole executed the spoil. One, it flicked it back inside. They walk it along the line, and taken out of play is George O'Neill right in front of the interchange benches there. Good afternoon here at the Twins. A little bit of wind about, usually quite blustery down here, not uncommon. We'll see how that impacts proceedings. Tompkinson wrapping up Siggins. That's going to be a crucial matchup today. Two real stars of the competition there. Two real keys for their side. Tompkinson, beautiful piece of ruck work. Won it down to Lovell. Wheels out the back of the contest and then lofts one forward, just over the head of Gardner though, and Suki able to intercept. Carter tried to impact his switch kick, but was able to find Charlie Treasure. Treasure, the short little one, finds Martin. And Martin, risky little kick, but mark's taken. Finn Rackett, the man, able to get there, and he also just offs for a little chip, so the Bombers patiently just working the ball with short kicks in the defensive half at the moment. Thread the eye of the needle, couldn't find Sutton with that one, but he'll get a free kick for a chopping in the arms. He moves backwards to Ned Shaw. Shaw. Oh, just losing his footing there was Rackett. Had some support though. Clear and kick out towards Suki. They've got the ball at half back again. Can they advance it up the field here? Their strategy appears pretty clear. Out the gates in the opening 2 minutes here. Try and control possession, chip the ball around, deny the Tigers the football. Seems to be the order of the day early on. Arm down to Christensen. He lofts one high. Through the hands there of Reed. Tigers launch it forward. It spills out the back of the contest. Gardner presenting up at it. Keeps it in front. Cleverly tapped it down. Found Carter. Well defended by Suki. Christensen in support. And they'll work it out once more, although they've turned it over. Blake McCulloch able to get across and intercept. Culloch prodding it into the pocket. Couldn't quite find the marking target of Soupy Campbell. Off hands for a throw in. Toss back in. Palm down. Clifford lurking. Snapping. Lovell. Bending it back beautifully. Kieran Lovell, the first of the afternoon to the Tigers. That's some sharp work from their star midfielder. He swooped on the ball and he bent the effort back. It drifted just inside of the post to perfection. The Tigers draw first blood here. Kieran Lovell. One of the very best in the competition, Lovell. Key to his side's hopes of lofting the Premiership Cup at season's end, that's for sure. He's made a positive start to this one and an early clearance and now a goal. It's like Franklin going head to head with him at the moment. Big job, Tompkinson, beautiful piece of ruck work again, and here's Lovell once more, will send the Tigers forward. Soupy Campbell couldn't quite take the mark. Scrapping away is O'Neill. The free kick will go the way of Bellchambers. Releases to Christensen. His kick finds Ned Shaw. Shaw happy to go wide once more. Driven down the line this time. Campbell just drops off the back and takes the mark away from Continenza. Reardon has just drifted up into the middle of the ground. He's a creator, Elijah Reardon. He punches a beautiful low dart and finds a marking target inside the forward 50. Superb stuff there, James Williams. That's why they want to get the ball in the hands of Elijah Reardon as much as possible. He drifts off that half back line into advanced areas. He's such a creator. So dangerous by foot. Just kept that one under the wind beautifully. So Williams to continue the Tigers' strong starts. He'll kick from around about 45. It's on its way. Best contact though, drifting offline for a minor score. McGuinness from fullback. Launching it long in towards Siggins, just outbodies Tompkinson. Star big man going at it today. That's going to be a great matchup. Sutton up towards the wing, just pitched in front of Reed. Now Murray Bastick sees it across the line. And back in. Tompkinson wins it down, sending away with the treasure. It's in no man's land. Elijah Reardon fires out a handball wide and it works out okay to Clifford. He sends it around the corner. Bellchambers couldn't quite take the mark and now into the hands of Campbell. Gets around one, he straightens up. Campbell for goal number 2. Not quite. Almost sights it on the line. And 2 to beat. Off the behind post in the end, so that'll be thrown in. Siggins takes front position. Williams immediately wrapping him up. Continenza and McGuinness. Siggins and Carter. Grabbing at Williams. In turn, dispossessed. Umpire calls for it. Carter won it down. Siggins fires out a handball to Christensen. Just a quick hurried kick out of the area there. Lovell diving on. Then O'Neill worked it to Campbell. Scoop back to Eddie Cowell. Slams it on the boot, drifting into the pockets. Almost juggling the mark, College. And turns inside onto his left and snaps truly. And the Tigers get their second of the afternoon. Some sharp work down there. Max College. And the Tigers move along to 2-1-13. The Bombers yet to score. Indeed, the Bombers yet to go inside 50 yet. Does seem like the Tigers do have the aid. Bit of a wind advantage in quarter number 1 though. unless they're making good use of it and doing well around the contest at the moment. It's an area the wind obviously isn't going to impact. Tested inside game and it looks on so far. Siggins this time, but he won it down to Eddie Cole. Fired a handball over the top. Continenza launches it towards half forward. Reardon tried to put him off, but couldn't do so. Sutton now will send the Bombers inside 50 for the first time this afternoon, and Blackburn claiming the mark, not paid. Godomski rushes it across. The first score of the afternoon for the Bombers is a behind. An aimless kick, that one, straight down the throat of Alan Christensen. There was no one else really in the vicinity. Can the Lauderdale coach find a target? He spies and deep. If it falls off hands to Treasure. Treasure snapping from the pocket, all into the post. That would have been a fantastic goal for Charlie Treasure. Well, for a moment, he threaded the eye of the needle, but not quite. The Tigers at half back. James Williams launches them to half forward. Oh, copping a nasty one there. There's Tyler Martin. Gets back to his feet. Back with the flight there. Just running over the top of it, Clifford. Ball back in dispute. Ackroyd flicked out to Blackburn. He fired out a handball to Shaw. Now Bellchambers in heavy traffic. Siggins balked and then turned onto the right. Swings it towards half forward, but plenty of Tigers situated back there. A relieving mark taken by Ambrose Brereton. He'll just send it wide to Clifford. Chip short to Williams. He's been busy early here, James Williams. Lovell. Reardon. It's around Sutton. Sends a high one towards half forward, drifting towards the line. Carter sliding in, couldn't complete the mark. And College walks it over the line. One down nicely by Gardner. Super ruck work that. Tompkinson quite collect. Free kick's been spotted. Go the way of the Bombers. So Martin to take over. Defensive side of the square. Chips short to his coach. Christensen thought about Treasure and then decided to just go through the guts instead. And now they'll launch it towards the forward 50. Numbers favouring the Tigers back there. Donnelly dropping the mark, then just socking it off the ground. Did well, found Eddie Cole. Cole kept it moving. Sets it out in front of Zeitzen. Zeitzen kept his feet, but then had a fumble. That allowed Shaw in. They're able to hold him up. Gardner just unopposed. He's kick charged down, however. As was the follow-up. Lockie Griggs got it to Gardner. Gardner trying to get the handball away, but it's locked up tight. Pressure coming from Curran. Gardner again decisively won it down to Lockie Clifford. Slammed it on the boot from 50. Drifting deep. Tompkinson. And a good fist from Suki. And out of bounds for a throw in. Carter doing the ruck work. It's Martin. James Webb at ground level. Drag that back in. Umpire circling. Umpire pings him. So Sutton from the back pocket. Yeah, carry on that, but straight into the hands of Ben Donnelly. Assesses his options, then sends it into the pocket. Pack forming off the hands of College. Slapped on the boot by McGuinness. Underneath it, Curran swirled away from him by McCulloch. O'Neill lurking, but Bellchambers comes away with it. Ned Shaw. Bit of an awkward looking kick. Pitches just inside the line. Spoiled across by Joey Brewer. Back into play once more. Gardner rucking against Reed. Gardner, the handball side. It pumps it deep. And off hands through for a minor score only. So 2-2 plays 2 behinds here. Just about a quarter of an hour gone in the opening term. Round 17 TSL action. Bombers looking to snap a losing streak here. They have beaten the Tigers already this season. Smith, Shaw, Sutton. Coughed it up though to Bastick. Griggs just got his kick away and it was a good one. Found Clifford and they might be out here, the Tigers. There's Joey Brewer. A low worm-burning ball to half forward. McGuinness climbs on top and brings that to a halt. Again, unopposed in the ruck. It's Tompkinson this time. He slams it deep inside 50. Off hands and away with it comes Smith. Bellchambers now. Steering one up towards the wing. Trying to find Ed Stanley. Had some support there in the form of Curran. Just handballed it into space. Didn't have an option. And just stumbling there and losing his footing a little was Brewer, but the numbers are firmly in favour of the Tigers. Clifford sends it up and he finds a marking target in McCulloch. Played on into trouble. Bellchambers has him. Not really sure how that's not holding the ball. I'd have thought if you've taken a mark, that's your prior opportunity. It's tossed up though. Umpire calls for it once more. Siggins palms it down. Super work from Cole. Spooned it out to Lovell. Drives them towards half forward, but a nice mark taken by Rackett. Off his line, so dished off to Christensen. Suki. He sets a difficult task for Fletcher Hooker. Clifford and Campbell applying some pressure. Is it going to spill out here? It was just kind of out the back of the players. They weren't quite aware of where the ball was there. Not able to get in and wrest it away. Gardner won it down. Cole, high ball. Mark paid to Golding. Eddie Golding to the Tompkinson direction. And Zeitzen with a snap. And Zeitzen with a goal. Although they're claiming a touch here, the Lauderdale players, the umpire says nope, it's all good. And they have their third of the afternoon, the Tigers. James Zeitzen gets on the board. Good goal craft there. Snap around the corner. They're out to a 3-goal lead here early on, the ladder leaders. So a promising start here this afternoon for the Tigers. They struggled a little last week against the Magpies for 3 quarters. Came home strong and took care of business, but they've been letting teams hang around a little the last couple of weeks. You got the jump out of the blocks sharply today, and they'll get another clearance here through Webb. Tompkinson lurking, and Tompkinson just protected the drop space. Intelligent play there from Big Jack. Martin caught behind, not much he could do, couldn't access the football. Big Tompkinson can go back for the Tigers' fourth. Tompkinson sends it on its way. It's straight through the middle again. They have goal number 4. They're flying here at the Twin Ovals, the home side. They're out for a little bit of revenge after last time these two met. They'll take care of business here. I think they've got the more advantageous end, but they're just outplaying the Bombers around the football at the moment. Smashing them at the clearances. Have a 4-goal lead to show for it. So Gardner against Siggins. Gardner slaps it down. Clever little tap from Clifford to Griggs, but he's immediately wrapped up there by Franklin. Going nowhere. Gardner again, the better of Siggins, doing well in the ruck contests early on Marcus Gardner. This one into dispute, drifting across Fletcher Hooker, turns away with it, scoops the handball over the top to Curran, but it's picked off by Golding. Curran sends him to the turf, but it slipped up over the shoulder and conceded the free kick in the process. Eddie Golding in the middle for Lovell. Keeps it moving out to the wing, sets it out in front of Griggs. Griggs steers it inside 50, couldn't find a target. Ball on the deck. Charging out Martin, his handball back into dispute. Smith takes it away. Clear and kick. It's kind of hits the wind a little though and then lands right in the breadbasket of Griggs. Handed off to Lovell. Lovell turns from the edge of the square. He goes looking for Tompkinson. Spoiled away from him nicely. Now to play for a throw in. Back into play. Tompkinson grabs it off the deck, snaps on goal. Lacking direction this time and misses the lot. So Christensen from fullback, happy to chip short to McGuinness. Moves it quickly by hand. Over the top to Rackett. He too ups to the handball over the top. Arching the back hooker, but anywhere to go. Yeah, it breaks down again. Tigers stifling them here at the moment. Down by Siggins. Here in Lovell. On the corner. Floating deep. Oh, in trouble here's Treasure. He's caught holding the footy. Some great pressure from Ambrose Brereton and it's rewarded. Treasure just didn't have an option to kick to. Delayed that early kick. That allowed the time for Brereton to pounce. Struggled to move the ball off half-back so far. Tigers just doing a good job pressing up. Forcing turnovers. Producing scoring looks from them. Here now is Brereton. Looks good off the boot. Ambrose Brereton, the latest to get on the scoreboard. The Tigers have 5. 5-2-32. The Bombers 2 behind. It's an even 30-point lead. Almost 23 minutes gone here in the first term. Well, they've been slightly sluggish out of the blocks in recent weeks. The Tigers, not today. They have come to play. They've stormed out an emphatic early lead here. Siggins wins this one down. Sutton. Continenza back to Christensen. Christensen flicks it outside to Treasure, but the handball just a little behind him. As Skelly in support. Skelly on the left. Sends it down the line. Able to take the mark. Shaw off hands for a throw in. Down towards Clifford. Just got the handball away, but Bombers able to advance it to half forward. Ned Shaw takes the mark. Can he find a target inside the forward 50 here? Well, he can, but it was Ben Donnelly who slides in to intercept. The Tigers with some dash off half back. It's a lovely ball out in front of Brereton. His kick ill-directed, but dropping the mark he should have taken. Martin, that'll invite some danger. The Tigers looking to pounce. Lovell almost burrowed his way through. Continenza scooped it out. Treasure now to Christensen. Wheels back onto the right. Shipped inside looking for Siggins, but turned it straight over to James Webb. Webb wheels and goes. He pumps it deep inside the forward 50. One-on-one there with Tyler Carter. Can he get hands to the ball? He can, but Martin had recovered back. He sees it across the line. McGuinness. This one didn't find its way to Siggins. Intercept mark taken again. And again, just pumped back in deep, although turned straight back over to Christensen. Keeps exchanging turnovers there. Christensen settles things down. Steers a low one and finds Charlie Treasure. Plenty of it here in quarter number one. Treats back to Skelly. Skelly again able to find Siggins. The wind just swirling around. Life a little difficult perhaps. Here's Siggins, tries to take a couple on. Ball came out in the tackle. He scoots it back out to Sutton. He flicked it over the top, returned to Siggins. Kept it in play, but there's Tigers everywhere and the numbers win out. Trying to do a little too much. O'Neill caught, just got it away in time. And eventually the umpire calls for it. Deep into quarter one. Gardner reaches over. Sutton. Lovell. Trying to get free of Franklin, but can't do so. Holding the footy. Lovell asks where the prior opportunity was. Directed into the middle. Had to sit underneath that one, Skelly. Allowed College to spoil it clear. Clifford. Retreating back and then pumped along by Griggs. Again, Christensen parked behind the ball, able to intercept. Skelly, Christensen. Was either high or holding the ball. High is the call. Unfortunate the tackle slipped up there, Christensen. As Campbell got him, but just couldn't keep the tackle down. Chip to Skelly. Chip short to Sutton. Sutton sends a wide ball in the Perkins direction, but it just trickles out. The shadows of quarter time here at the Twin Ovals. A superb start from the home side. The locals will be enjoying what they're seeing here thus far. They're on their game. Bombers could badly do with a goal before the quarter time siren just to give them something. Skelly can have a shot from distance. He sends it deep, but Donnelly's parked behind the ball. He takes the mark. Ships it to Brewer. He's got a loose man over the top in Williams. Been prolific in the opening term, and that will be the end of the opening term. A brilliant start from the Tigers. They're 31 points out as we reach quarter time. 5-3-33. The Bombers just two behinds. 5 individual goal scorers. Pretty dominant performance in and around the trenches so far from the Tigers. The Bombers with some work to do. They'll have the wind at their back in quarter number 2, though. We'll see if that can turn things around. But as it stands after 1 quarter of play, here's to the ladder leaders well on their way to a victory here. 31 points to the good. We'll see if that can turn around in quarter number 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. So back for quarter number 2 here at the Twin Ovals. The Bombers in need of a response. They've been jumped out of the gates here. 31 points in arrears after the first quarter here. 5 goals to none. Pretty dominant stuff. Most facets of the game from the Tigers in that first term. Can they keep that rolling here in quarter number 2, or the Bombers able to get themselves back into it? Should be attacking the easier end. Did appear to be a bit more carry on the kicks to the left of your screen here in quarter number 1. But in need of a response, they're underway. Siggins and Tompkinson resume their battle. Tompkinson won that down nicely. Clifford couldn't quite gather cleanly, but he kept paddling, kept going. Now gets around a couple, steers it towards the forward pocket, finds Zeitzen. And they look like they're going to pick up right where they left off. Clifford just kept it in front of him until he could control. And just sent one in there. Found Zeitzen. So Zeitzen for a goal in the opening minute here for the Tigers. His second of the afternoon. Perfect kick. An absolute dart from him. Straight through the middle, and they move along to 6-3-39. Lauderdale 2 straight behinds. That was where they were doing the damage in quarter number 1, out of the middle, really having their way at the stoppages. Dominating clearances. Just putting this Bombers defence under all sorts of pressure. Just missing the impact of Bryce Walsh around the ball a little here this afternoon, the Bombers. Looking to find some way to turn things around. Well, this could get quite ugly. It is all the Tigers at the moment. Siggins won that one down. Again, it looks like a chance for the Tigers to take it away. Shaw was in there, but coughed it up. Now Lovell sends the Tigers inside 50. Sorry, as Martin slides in and takes the mark. Just pitches that one for Treasure. Put it out in front of me. Takes it in stride and then sends it further down the wing to Blackburn. Starved of service thus far, Stixie Blackburn. He sends this one high in towards the 50. Takes a bounce. Christensen. He gather here, Christensen. He cammed. He's immediately claimed with tackle from McCulloch. Locking that one up. Tompkinson, Christensen, Reardon now doing the defending. Tompkinson just got the handball away. Fired out to Christensen, trying to get a high tackle there on Reardon and draws it. So Lauderdale with a chance for their first of the afternoon through their player coach, Alan Christensen. Understatement to say this is badly needed. As for the snap around the corner, makes a bit of a meal of it. So a bad miss there from Christensen. 6 goals the margin. Reardon, oh, ugly kick, punched it straight and low into the path of Gridley. So a couple of howlers there in the space of 30 seconds. Quite a windy, swirly day, so the easiest day for ball use by foot, but sure excuses those last couple. Anyway, an opportunity for Gridley to do what his coach could not and get their first of the afternoon. He'll kick from about 25 out directly in front. He makes no mistake. The Bombers are on the board. They're 1-3-9. The Tigers still out by 5 goals, but perhaps they can start to make some inroads now. They've got that first of the afternoon. Selkinson, Sutton, lofting it towards half forward, off hands, working here. It's Lovell, couldn't quite gather. Blackburn, I thought, got one a little high, play allowed to continue. Treasure. Perkins immediately claimed by Clifford. The ball up, no try there. Siggins won it down. Turning away with it is Lovell. Drifts it across and finds a marking target in Golding. Elijah Reardon back inside for Williams. Nice work there from Webb. Sends it towards half forward, just eluded O'Neill. Bellchambers looks to take it away. Handballed it to Martin. He's clear and kicks straight into the arms though of Golding. He went backwards and now Lovell in the middle. Little chip kick and it's opening up again here for Webb. He keeps it low, steers it in there and Christensen was able to get in the path. Chop that one off. Alan Christensen is largely behind the ball in that first term. Griggs drifts across. He so excels in this part of the game, Lockie Griggs. There's intercept marks, contested marking. Trying to buy himself 50 there by not having it. Griggs. Intercepted there by Martin. Oh, Elijah Reardon nearly brings down a hanger, not quite. Golding. Get one for in the back. Steers it forward. Big flies spoiled away into the hands there of Franklin, who just blasted out of there. Trickles out behind the back. Donnelly and Blackburn. Donnelly just got the handball away under pressure. He knew he had the support arriving. Reardon has to stand under this one. Nearly letting Curran. Bombers able to win the ball back. Sutton's kick, not a good one though. Chopped off by Cole. Clifford. Wide searching kick finds marking target. Williams now towards Campbell. Oh, had plenty of that, not paid. Suki just doing enough to get it away from him, the umpire felt. Christensen. And then across the line for a throw in. Siggins, Clifford, bouncing ball, but playing goalkeeper was Martin. His kick charged down by Zeitzen, and Zeitzen off the deck has a third. Creative stuff there from James Zeitzen. Spoiled the clearing kick, and then soccering through the ball that was left on the doorstep for him. Made the goal, finished it. Another one for the Tigers. 7-3-45. Lauderdale 1-3-9. Goes from bad to worse. Up to the middle, Siggins needs to get his side going. They need a spark from somewhere. That won't be it though. Straight to Kieran Lovell. Lovell. Oh, taking the man on the mark on and just getting around Ackroyd. Stuck tight to him, but he's so tough to bring down. He's really just changed direction. Really stands out, Lovell. Here's Christensen on top of it and gets one over the shoulder from Golding. The release to Franklin. Franklin sends it wide. Perkins back to Rackett. Hooker stuck a mid out. Couldn't quite bring it under his spell, and how to play for a ball in. Taken nicely by Clifford through the contest. Steers them forward once more. Just floated a little too far for O'Neill. Sauce back in. Over the head of both rucks. Brewer treats back there to Lovell. Reardon bringing it in with the one hand and then sending it deep to the forward 50. Zeitzen's kick three. Zeitzen almost another miraculous goal. That would have been a stunner. But just a behind. He's having a day out at the moment, James Zeitzen. Christensen on Sutton. Skelly, oh, poor kick. Just coughed it straight off to O'Neill. O'Neill to the top, the square, off hands. Tompkinson snaps through another. It's all too easy for the Tigers. They're routing them here, and Big Tompkinson has another 8-4-52. They're 43 points ahead here. And unfortunately for the contest's sake, this one looking more like the Bombers the last 4 to 5 weeks than the Bombers outfit we saw the last time the two sides met. Since that day, it's been all downhill rather for Lauderdale. We've got a few injuries now, which is stretching things as well, but they're being blitzed here at the moment. They need to find a spark. This could get very ugly indeed. Siggins. Webb couldn't quite bring it under his spell, though. That's because he was being impeded by a hold. The free kick blown. Webb. Deep once more. Zeitzen not quite this time. Skelly back there. Suki. Defence under siege. Clear and kick. Reardon is it under his control. Didn't have the room to skip away. Just steps across the line. Able to gather cleanly, taking it was Brewer. Now Clifford, now Lovell. Sends them forward again. Was there a hold on Griggs? All back in dispute. The ball picked off by Bellchambers. He fired one back to Christensen. Arches the back and charges out of defence and finds Fletcher Hooker. Christensen had continued his run. The handball just a little too sharp though for Rackett. Christensen back to recover the situation. McGuinness shapes a kick out wide and he finds Ed Stanley. His handball a poor one. Missing the target 5 metres away, allows James Webb in. Webb skips away, finds Zeitzen unmarked at the forward 50. He chips it forward and Tompkinson spoiled away well by Suki. But his kick spoiled. Has to go again. Retreats back, not gathered by Skelly. Zeitzen, Tompkinson. The numbers favouring the Bombers. They can't get clean ball. Eventually they do. Sutton's able to work it out to Martin, who clears the area, and he finds Siggins. Can they get something going here, the Bombers? Sam Siggins chips it in. Griggs getting back in the path of Blackburn and drawing the free kick. Bastic for Godomski. Work it down the wing here, the Tigers. Good skills by foot here. Punched back inside. Cole had Clifford riding shotgun and back centrally. It just sets it up into the forward 50, but Siggins was back there. It was a touch ball, had to play on. Christensen. Good kick, finds Sutton. Sutton now off half back. Up towards Perkins. But it's across the line and tumbled back in.
What am I doing? Okay.
Siggins. Free kick blown. It's going to go the way of the Tigers. Big Gardner, the recipient. Shift short. Air ball over the top. Not a great one. Clifford have to work for it. In the end, over the shoulder called though. Free kick going the way of the Tigers. Lockie Clifford, prolific as ever so far, and he just stands this one up. It's the big men fly. Off hands to Suki. Straight down the throat of Griggs. Lockie Griggs. Suki. Tompkinson. Hands surely first from Suki. Tompkinson. Felt it was a mark. Umpire thought it was Suki with the first touch. He tossed up deep inside forward 50 again. Siggins. Tompkinson. Suki. Martin. Flicked out towards the line. Tyler Carter lurking. Was that high? He flicked the handball out to Williams. Williams trying to shrug free. Couldn't quite. Zeitzen ducked ahead. Play on. Good defending there from the Bombers' defence. They held firm under some pressure. A couple of big tackles. A couple of Tigers. Zeitzen looking for the high contact, but he definitely led with the head looking for it. Good call from the umpire not to reward it. Slapped away by Sutton. Brewer. Carter on the left, turning and through for a behind Martin, making certain of that. But the siege continues. We'll have a bit of a wind advantage, but it's not really bearing out too much in quarter number 2. The Bombers still struggling to transition the ball off half back. And again, they've coughed it up. Here's Will Clifford this time. Clifford charged down. Nice work there from Fletcher Hooker. Into the hands of Elijah Reardon. Usually a good decision maker. He finds Brewer. Brewer with a low ball, an ugly one. That's picked off by Karen. Karen to Shaw. Shaw up towards Blackburn. Couldn't quite find him. Tumbles out behind. Just kind of allowed it to bounce. That worked out all right. Red Stanley fired off a handball to Ackroyd. Ackroyd with a shot that trickles towards the pocket. That's out of play for a throw in. With a better result than a behind, really. And a stoppage to try and manufacture something. 44 points in arrears. Three goals to one. So far this term for the Tigers. Bastic. High lofted ball towards the 50-metre arc. Fletcher Hooker drifting in almost. Able to take the mark, not quite. Webb clears the area. Nice mark taken though by Skelly. Tracked it. Now an immediate option, so kicks to a contest, and Blackburn extends the Dukes and takes the mark. And Wind at his back. Should be able to carry the journey here. He'll go back with his typically unique running. See if he can do the business. Blackburn will kick just inside the 50. He sends it on its way. It's just offline. So another behind for the Bombers in the margin. 43 points. We've ticked in a red time in quarter number 2. Yadomski, back to McCulloch. Bastic juggling the mark, just took it inside. Griggs in support, will go a little further. Ex-College does really well to juggle the mark there. Just completed it inside. Lovely work there from College. Kicked a goal early in quarter number 1 off hands. Clifford. Williams rather flicked it over the top to Webb. Webb back here to Cole. Eddie Cole, Soupy Campbell tracking this one. Opted just to spoil it on instead. Clever decision. And now Tompkinson scooped it over for Carter. Couldn't quite gather. McGuinness pressuring him. Carter got the kick away. Carter in to the post. Almost a spectacular goal for the big fella there. (8-6 to 1-4). The ladder leaders doing it easy this afternoon. Big couple of weeks coming up for them. They play Launceston here next week, and then round 19, probably the biggest match left on the regular season schedule. Round 19 at UTAS. All the Bombers v the Tigers. That one quite likely, you'd fancy, to determine who will host that week 1 final between what looks like the competition's top 2, barring anything crazy happening in the final month. Unlikely both top 2 would drop all their games as the Bombers charge forward now. Blackburn takes the mark. Runs into a little bit of trouble, gets his kick away. A stumble though from Reed, and Godomski looks to charge away. Reed gave a good honest chase. Godomski still going. Handball over the top. Tompkinson gathered well at ground level. Stuck it out wide to Griggs. Griggs directing that one out of bounds on the full. Sutton. Nice work from Donnelly. It's back, takes the intercept mark. Sliding in, Zeitzen. He takes it. His kick not so good. Fletcher hooker. Sutton, Stanley. Sends them in the Blackburn direction. Away from him by Donnelly. Out of play for a throw in. Siggins out of the ruck, got it down to Stanley. Stanley around the corner, and the Bombers have their second of the afternoon. Some nice work from Siggins in the ruck, sharply finished by Ed Stanley. They cut the margin back to 38 points as we tick towards half time here at the Twin Ovals. Tompkinson won it down. Cole. Across to Griggs. Pitched in front of McCulloch, who sent it over the top. Found Edward Golding. Golding. Almost reeling it in with the one arm, Williams. Not quite. Tackle there from Bell Chambers, and it'll be rewarded. Got Lovell, brought him down, holding the footy. Bell Chambers at half back, and they get another one before the break here. Kick didn't really work out. Campbell dejecting. Tompkinson just trying to wrest it away there. Picked it up, but was immediately jumped on by two. Takes two men to stop Tompkinson. Absolute unit. They'll do the ruck work here against Siggins. Siggins got a leap, took it down nicely, got it to Bell Chambers. They've moved him onto the ball. He's having an impact. Bell Chambers pumping it deep and finding a marking target in Stanley. So Ed Stanley can go back and can make it 2 in 2 minutes for the Bombers. Some signs of life before the half-time break here for the Bombers. They're still well down, but at least having a bit of a foothold in this one. 3-4-22. Tigers still comfortably ahead, 8-6-54. A couple of minutes max left before the half-time break, but good move to get Bell Chambers around the ball. Seems to have had a bit of an impact here. It's a goal assist there. A strong body to put around the contest, and really that's where the Tigers have been so dominant. Winning those clearances, getting it deep forward, and they've been able to play that pressing, stifling stuff that's made moving it off half-back so hard. Siggins again, this time not clean. Umpire calls for it. The ruck can get that one, bit of tunnel ball there from Eddie Cole. Push in the back, won by the umpire for a kick. In the way of the Tigers. Eddie Cole. Good ball. Wants the marking target, and he'll pump him deep inside 50, and it's another mark taken. College this time. Max College reading the flight nicely. Kicked one in the opening quarter. We'll see if he can get his second of the afternoon. So Max College, kick from 45, drifting, not quite, minor score only. So it can't be too far away here. Ball almost taken there by Perkins. Reardon was there. Then scooped out by Carter. Ball in dispute. Tigers look to take it away. Flick back inside. Remains in dispute though. Hooker just got the handball away in time. Siggins looking for Bell Chambers. Bell Chambers couldn't take it cleanly. Will Clifford through traffic, and now the Tigers launch it forward. And it's another mark taken. It's that man Zeitzen again, who is utterly dominating down there, James Zeitzen. He's marking everything. There's an opportunity. Another Tigers goal. Extend the lead to 39 points. He'll kick after the siren. Sends it on its way. Doesn't have the accuracy this time. Won't trouble the scorers, and that will be the score at the half-time break. 8-7, 55. The Tigers leading the Bombers 3-4-22. It was 5-3 to 2 behinds the quarter-time break, so the Tigers win the term by 2 points. The Bombers did kick the last 2 of the quarter, though, to bring back a little bit of respectability on the scoreboard, but it's largely been one-way traffic here at the Twins. See if that continues in the second half. But in the half-time break, it's the home side and the ladder leaders well on their way to victory. The Bombers looking for a repeat upset, having done it once this year, being outplayed thus far. We'll see what the second half has to bring. We'll be back in around about a quarter of an hour's time.
Daddy's starting on. Daddy's starting on. Hey?
And we're back for the second half here at Kingston Twin Ovals. It's the Tigers firmly in the ascendancy as we turn to begin the third term. 33 points their lead. 8-7 plays 3-4. Bombers able to stem the bleeding a little bit there. 3 goals apiece in the second term after they were jumped in the first term. 5 goals to none. We'll see if it's the Tigers dominating to the left of your screen once more here in the third term or not. Tompkinson wins it down. Cole couldn't take it cleanly. Clifford with Bell Chambers draped over him. Tompkinson just gets the handball away. Found Clifford. Now Lovell. Skies one towards the forward 50. Both forward and defender grappling and just led with the boot. Campbell dumped, holding the footy. Tackle there from Franklin. Franklin to Treasure. Treasure skips it wide. Steered down the line by Kelly, set a task for Sutton. I reckon he was interfered with there, Sutton. He'll get the free kick. He sets it up high towards the 50 arc. Blackburn spoiled away from him. In the arms of Reed, and he's sent to the deck, but high contact there. He'll get the free kick. Flynn Reid. He's probably beyond him, so he goes short and Bastick intercepts. And Murray Bastick launching it long through the hands of Bell Chambers. Martin stabs one short, found McGuinness, played on quickly into the pockets. Drifting back to take the intercept mark was Golding. He goes looking for Eddie Cull. Brings into the middle to Clifford. Now Elijah Reardon. That's a beautiful kick from Reardon, but the mark dropped by O'Neill. Martin looking up at the ball. Zeitzen outstanding in the first half. Brings him down. Will be held up. A ball up for the umpire. Flow to the opening couple of minutes so far. Stoppage here as it's tossed up. Siggins and Tompkinson. Cole on the bottom of this one. Going nowhere. Siggins slaps it down. Clifford. It's the 1-2 with Lovell, then returns it back to Lovell. Well done, Bell Chambers. Just worked him off. It won the ball back. Sutton retreating. Couldn't find Siggins, and Tompkinson sees it over. And back into play. Reaching Tompkinson. Cole scooped it to Lovell. Lovell to Reardon. Reardon tried to go around Christensen. And Christensen didn't buy the little fake. Stuck it with good tackle and forced the errant kick. So Christensen steers it up the line. Umpire spots a hold. It's against Tompkinson, going the way of Siggins. So Sam Siggins sending the Bombers inside the forward 50 arc. Anyone bring it down through the hands of Reed. Curran. Stoppage. Tompkinson slapped it to Lovell. Martin's got him. Franklin, sorry. Tompkinson back to Cole. Sutton kept it in, got it to Bellchambers, tries to shrug Clifford. Worked it on to Reed. Reed in trouble here. Lovell has a hold of him, just released it in time. And Cole walked over by Sutton. Hot in the kitchen there in the forward pocket at the moment. Chambers, Cole, exchanging pleasantries. It's tossed back into play. Tompkinson, Bellchambers has a hold of him. Lovell somehow gets a kick away and a falcon right to the face of Tompkinson. That was unfortunate. Play continues. Webb. Extraordinary effort from Lovell to somehow get that kick away anyway with both arms locked. Here's Martin back the other way for the Bombers. Floating ball into the pocket. Spills out behind. Brereton first to it. His handball towards Griggs. I think he was probably searching for the safety of the line, but with Griggs there, it was always safe enough. Not going to get pinged for that, regardless of the intent. A stoppage inside forward 50. Can the Bombers get something going here? Quarter number 3. They need the first goal. And Sutton takes it through the contest, gets a kick away. He had some space, but there's a poor kick from Sutton that floats out of bounds on the full. Bastic. Long ball through the hands of Campbell. O'Neill. Pressure comes from Christensen. Eventually it'll be tossed back up. Tompkinson flicked it back to Cole. Cole to Lovell. Directing traffic. And flicked it over the top to Reardon. Reardon to Will Clifford. He puts it out in front of Zeitzen. Out in pursuit is Shaw. Zeitzen takes it in stride, gets his kick away. Plenty of bodies back behind the ball. Suki takes the mark. Short to Christensen. See the wind. They're picking up again here. Christensen heads wide. And that was a tough one to judge. Skelly did well under the high ball, took the mark. 50 metres called. That will help solve the issue they've had trying to advance it off half back today. It's been a bit of a struggle at times for the Bombers. Skelly plays on with handball. Launched deep inside towards the forward 50. Good mark taken. Bastic. The wind impacting that one. They get the carry. Here's Bastic. Cole applying some defensive pressure. And Guinness brought down between he and McCulloch. Siggins. Handball away. Continenza. Tompkinson. Throwing through. McGuinness. Toughing on Webb. Umpire will have it once more. Tompkinson. Lovell surrounded by Bombers. Now Griggs. Screws it around the corner. Alan Christensen parked behind the ball. Christensen. Short, not 15 the call to Martin, so he's forced to retreat to Smith. Smith stabs a nice one to Fletcher Hooker. Just a little hesitant to move the ball on here, Hooker. In the end, sideways to Smith. Stagnant here at the moment for the Bombers. In the end goes to fire a handball over the top. Campbell, it's in the path of Hooker, breaks it up. And the ball up. Get to the Tigers. Zonal work off the ball. Shutting down options, but Bombers just need to be a little more decisive coming off half back, I feel. Take a risk or two. Slow and stagnant ain't going to get it done when you're 33 points behind, as this one drifts out of play. Conditions worsening and impacting the kicking of both teams a little here so far in quarter number 3. Off come the Bombers once more. Tom Curran sends it down the line. Ridley unable to get round McCulloch. Clifford. Swinging one wide in the Golding direction under some pressure from Treasure. Laid the tackle. Spilt to McCulloch. Now over the top. Golding helped it on. Some good work here from the Tigers, and Origin sends them forward, but the ball use not good again. Ned Shaw intercepting this time, and he chips to Curran. Bellchambers on short. Ignored that. A little further afield. Reed going nowhere. Gardner. Clifford weaving one way, then the other. Nicely done, finds Will Clifford. And he sends them deep towards Tompkinson. Over the top. Will it fall for College? It does. He keeps it in play. He steadies. He squares it up and he finds a target in Williams. Good composed stuff from Max College. Good work from the Clifford combination on the wing. Set up the attack. Lockie to Will. Now Williams can go back for what will be the first goal of this third term. We've travelled 11 and a half minutes. A pretty scrappy old third term so far. Even with turnovers. Williams get the first of the third. He cannot. Tigers move along to 8-8. 34 points clear. Still with this one well within their keeping. Christensen short to Suki. Suki, ugly old kick through Lockie Clifford though, and found its way through to Siggins. He fired one back to Sutton. Stands one up towards the wing. Good mark from Blackburn. Got in ahead there of Bastick. Siggins scooped it over the top for Shaw. Under pressure from Eddie Cole. He's going nowhere. Charged down nicely by Lockie Clifford. O'Neill fired it across Lovell to Brewer. Playing the 1-2 there with Lovell. Back to Brewer. The numbers around the ball there for the Tigers, and the short, sharp kick is good to Cole. Cole wheels and goes in the Carlton direction. Couldn't quite find him. Zeitzen was clean. Find the handball back out to Clifford. Clifford back inside. He was looking for Williams, but the ball intercepted. That one's going to hit that wall of wind again, and Griggs had just taken the front spot ahead of Curran, was expecting it to carry further, just judging the conditions a little better there, Lockie Griggs. And Lockie Griggs will pump it right to the goal square. Tompkinson through his hands into the pocket, shielding it O'Neill. Sees it across the line. Well, Tompkinson, body work, just couldn't quite complete the transaction. Siggins wins it down. Away by Shaw. Good hands there from Bastic. Did well under pressure. Bastic. Centering ball. Tompkinson with a fly. Martin best positioned. Brings it down. Handball to Christensen. He retreats further to Sutton. Who is very fortunate that the whistle had blown for a 50-metre penalty there because he absolutely butchered that one. Into the middle for Bell Chambers. And an impact since moving around the ball, Big Belcho, and he launches this one deep. Oh, it's a lovely mark from Donnelly. Beautifully positioned, read it the whole way. This one spills out the back of the contest. Lovell Herring out after it, gathers it in stride, looks up, sees a few options. One of them was the danger man in Zeitzen. He's been a constant threat. Look for his fourth. Zeitzen will kick from just inside the paint. Sends it on its way. Offline. Another minor score. So still the wait for a goal goes on here in the third term. Yet to see one. Christensen. Short ball, Skelly offering on, but ignored. Martin goes further afield. Towards the pack, spiked wide. Taken away by Perkins. Perkins, little underground handball. Little sloppy that, just lashing a leg out the loose ball and skies it out of bounds on the full. Chip over the head. All comers over Clifford out the back towards Brereton. Well, back in dispute. Gardner works his way onto it, but immediately claimed by two. Down once more to Eddie Cole. Guy says, I'll have it. The Ruckman able to make a play on that. Sutton got it to Siggins. Siggins to Bell Chambers. Ruckman just checked underneath the ball. The umpire spots it. Free kick to Stixie. He immediately plays on. Skies it. Fisted away. Eddie Cole. Prolific. Handball broken up though. Fell to Will Clifford. He scoops it back outside to Eddie Cole once more. His kick is chopped off in turn by Franklin. Franklin asks for a lead and then hits it up beautifully. Finds McGuinness. Good ball use there from Nat Franklin. Josh McGuinness can go back. See if he can be the man to break the goal-scoring deadlock here in quarter number 3. Ticking towards red time, still yet to see one. So McGuinness goes back, just across the face, and he too misses. So 3 goals at 5 at Lauderdale. The wait goes on in quarter number 3. Play on killed for Reardon, and he charges off half-back with his trademark dash. Sends it long and gets inside the forward 50. What a line breaker he is. It was a good ball too. Found its way to O'Neill. Turns onto his right. It was a poor kick. He'll get another chance though, as it's rather gifted straight back to him. O'Neill has some loose men to pick out. Instead goes central for Williams. Williams stabs one into the pocket. Carter brings it down. Good hands from Tyler Carter. We've had just 3 behinds here through 19 minutes this quarter. We'll see if Tyler Carter can change that. Swirling wind, it won't be an easy kick. He'll be 40 out directly in front though. Kept in play. Oh, and then put into the post from a metre out by College. It was good instincts to get the ball to boot, but he blew a pretty good chance in hand. It was a poor decision to knock it back into play from the defender. Really just need to put that one over. Either way, let off the hook. 8-10 plays 3-5. Scrappy out of defence, but Skelly makes it work for him. Ackroyd out after this one. Turns back and handballs to Martin. Returns it to Skelly. Ackroyd continued his run. Turns it round the corner. Stanley gave a good contest, but the relieving mark was taken. Nicely done there by Ganomski. Clifford was good. Now the Tigers forward once more. Sent into the pocket. That one not really the service Max College was after. And it trickles out of play. And a treat to Martin Christensen. Keeps it low and he finds Fletcher Hooker. He coughs it up to Griggs. So Will Clifford. It's not going to be a long quarter. And the lack of scoring as Clifford steers this one deep. Off hands. Well, that's high contact, surely. No, says the umpire. Perhaps tucked into it. Well, Big Carter copped that one over the shoulder. Umpire disagrees. There's a scrap. Begins, the umpire's just going to go, well, the best way to break that up is to get the ball in motion. Tosses it straight up. Clifford to Campbell. Hooker with a good goal-saving tackle. Christensen, Sutton, good hands. Found Siggins, and Siggins around the corner. Dropped, though, by Blackburn. Sent back in by Brereton. Pitches into the pocket. Racket. Kept it in play. Skelly there. Eventually across the line. Siggins and Carter. Carter takes it, snaps it. Just misses. That goal's 11, another behind. He scored it for the Tigers. Around the grounds, bit of a surprise up at Windsor Park. Launceston absolutely putting Clarence to the sword. 73-21 up there late into the third term. North Hobart 27-point victors over Glenorchy in the earlier game. Round 17 TSL action, getting towards the pointy end of the season now. Here's Murray Bastick. He goes looking for Zeitzen, spoiled away from him. Reardon's bobbed up forward here, somehow gets boots the ball. Christensen defends. That's a good kick, a short little one to Racket. It takes the mark at half back. Towards the contest. Siggins. Going to kick to it. One back by Eddie Cole. Reardon. Clean at ground level. Put a defender and Gridley on the ground. And then he pumps it in deep. Pitches and bounces out of play. Siggins palms down. Clear and kick. Really clear the area. Found its way through to Smith and then back into dispute and another stoppage. By 24 minutes without a goal. Probably too long left here in quarter number 3. Carter takes it out of the ruck, dished it off to Campbell, got beat to ball. Drifting towards Max College, couldn't complete the mark. College from ground level, got it away. Cole bending one there, and O'Neill has it spoiled away on the line. 8 goals, 12 now. Tigers. 5 behinds. So 1 for the quarter. Christensen. There is the 3-quarter time siren. So a goalless 3rd quarter here at Windsor Park. Here at the Twin Ovals at Windsor Park. It is Launceston firmly in command against Clarence. But here at the Twins, it is the Tigers with the game on lockdown. Goalless 3rd term, but that works just fine for the hosts because they're 37 points ahead. 8-12 plays 3-5, 1 quarter left here. Probably only really the votes to play for in the final term. We'll see who can maybe put themselves over the edge in that conversation in the final term. We'll be back in a few minutes with the last quarter here. It's the Tigers well on their way to another victory. So we're ready to go with the final term here at the Twin Ovals. Home side, well and truly in control of this one. Barring anything crazy happening here in this final term. 37 points to the good. But, all the damage done really in the first quarter. 5 goals to none. 3 goals apiece since then. And no goals in quarter number 3. We'll see if the scoring can open up again a little in the final term. Pretty swirly conditions as Cole is sent to the deck by Siggins. Tompkinson. Bell Chambers wraps him up. I have liked that move. Bell Chambers onto the ball. A little better since that moment. Really getting hammered in there early on, but the damage well and truly done in that period of the match. Long time between them, but Lauderdale have kicked the last 2 goals of this match. That one deep towards Zeitzen. Christensen. His handball intercepted. Getting boots to ball Zeitzen almost. Martin out after it and blasted clear of the defensive 50. Just pitches and bounces. A good battle there, and free kick's going to go the way of Golding. Block called against McGuinness. Playing the football in the umpire's estimation. So Golding. Just set it up high into the sky for the big men to fly. Zeitzen. Christensen, that tackle lingered. He's going to be pinged for it. A free kick for Zeitzen. He'll go back for his 4th. Just didn't release him after the ball had dropped out. And the Lauderdale coach punished. So Zeitzen for another one. Extend the lead to 43 points. Actually a lovely kick. And this is no exception. He drives it through the middle. And after a long drought, we finally have a goal in this one. Didn't take too long in the final term. In the second minute there, Zeitzen gets his 4th. And the Tigers out by 43 points. So back to the middle. Siggins and Tompkinson. Tompkinson over the top to Cole. Swung the handball out. Lovely bit of work. Now Williams. Williams back to Webb. Webb to Campbell. Campbell to finish it off. He misses. Just about the best move of the day. That lovely flowing football by hand there from the Tigers. Campbell just unable to apply the finishing touch. Campbell this time doing the defensive work, and he forces a throw in with a good spoil. Siggins. Pressured by Gardner. Cole through the contest. Clifford sending it deep to the line and spoiled out of play for a ball in. Tossed back in. Christensen will take it cleanly. Had to release it, just slapped it on out of there. Martin clears defensive 50 with a searching kick through the hands of Blackburn. But he was having his jumper held. So Curran sends it up to a contest through the hands of Blackburn, out the back to Perkins. Well, Gridley brought down on a good tackle. Released it just in time though. They continue moving it forward. Stanley pitches there in front of Reed. Reed trying to control it. Donnelly in close proximity. Bellchambers has a hold of Griggs. It was over the line. Siggins, nice work out of the ruck there from the pocket. Slapped across the line. And Lockie Clifford from fullback. Elijah Reardon. Reardon punches one out towards the wing. His best work though, playing in front. The Tigers will take it away. Off the knees of Shaw. Ooh, deflects in the middle. There'll be a free kick paid to the Bombers though. Copping one there was Ned Shaw. See him back to his feet. Treasure. Slides in, spoiled decisively away from Blackburn. Tompkinson to Bastic, and now Griggs. Griggs in trouble, just got it away in time. No free kick paid advantage. Nice work, Gridley. Bellchambers with a flying shot at goal. Siggins, right on the goal line, Sammy Siggins. He'll go back, and we'll cut the lead to 37 points. Nice work there, really well done by Jason Gridley. Laid that tackle. Was rewarded, the advantage paid. And Bellchambers able to work it towards the goal line where Sammy Siggins was perched. Tompkinson brings it down to Cole, got it to Webb. Somehow squeezed a kick out towards Campbell. Spilt for Williams. He sends in the pocket, and Zeitz has got another one. Beats Rackett. Takes another mark. He'll go back for goal number 5. Had a day out, James Zeitz. He well on the way for 3 votes. He sends this one towards the goals. It's offline though. Through from behind. Tougher kicking him at this end. From range into that wind. Lead at 38, Alan Christensen. Steers it short to McGuinness. McGuinness towards the wing, bounced off of Hooker. Looked up towards Gridley, but the boundary line will beat him out. Tompkinson takes front position, slapped at boundary side, but it'll be the Bombers who take it away. Sutton towards Blackburn. Upped away by Godomski. Handball from Continenza, a good one. Franklin tight to the line. Found a marking target. So an opportunity from the pocket for another one here for the Bombers, trying to make it 2 in a row. Tightest of angles. So he'll send it on its way. And misses. 4 goals, 7. So from full back, he launches it outside the defensive 50. Sea of bodies there, spoiled away. Cliffords just gets the handball away. Franklin lurking. Bell Chambers sees it across the line. Tossed back in. Tompkinson gathered sharply at ground level. But be pinged for a throw, I think, in the end, Big Tompkinson. So Tom Curran rewarded. He moves it quickly, saw some space, and he just plonked it in there. And he found Ed Stanley, who led hard into it. Intelligent play there. Just moved it quickly. Put it just where the forward wants it. And Ed Stanley will go back and try and kick. Another one for the Bombers. And he's missed that one, so 4 goals 8. If he had kicked it, that would have been 4 of the last 5 goals. For Lauderdale, who've worked their way back into the contest. Reardon on kick-out duties this time. That's why. Beautiful ball. Found Brereton at half-back. Martin. Handball wide there for Rackett. Hands it around the corner for Sutton. He goes back centrally. Tough one to judge into the sun there, but doing nicely. Now they're working inside the forward 50, and lurking is Siggins. He brings it under his spell. Donnelly there with him. And the boundary line winning out. Gardner on it down. Siggins. Gardner away from him. Give him some time to be released. Eventually it's cleared out of there. Ed Shaw winds up with it. He stabs one into the middle. Backing back, Franklin took the mark, moved it on quickly to Skelly. Skelly back to Franklin. Franklin with a shot. Won't have the journey, but it will find Sam Siggins, who parks himself in front and will go back to kick his second of the quarter. So Siggins cut the margin back to 30 points. And he does just that. His second of the quarter, Siggins. And it was 31 points, the margin at the quarter time siren. Tigers 3 of the first 4 of the second term. since then. Lauderdale have worked their way back in, but Tigers doing the job early. A bit of a reversal of the last few weeks, really, from them, where they've kind of left it late and stormed home after keeping it tight for a few quarters. This week, really took care of it nice and early. Oh, beautiful work there from Webb. Wheels away with it, punches it deep, and Carter takes the mark. Tough to defend when the ball's coming in at that speed. And that's where they set up the win today. Their clearance work out of the middle's been first rate. James Webb and some good supply there for big Tyler Carter. Carter. A great kick from Tyler Carter. Move along to 9 goals, 15. Christensen deep in defence. Tigers will pepper this one deep again. Carter, the target. Zeitzen almost takes another one. A shining light he's been down there for them. There were 8 goals for at one stage, the Tigers. 1 goal 11 since that point. Some rush behinds and offhands in there, but certainly haven't been making their opportunities count as literally lifted up there was Williams. Taken for a ride. Tompkinson immediately locked up. For a kick plucked. Away of Curran. Stabs one short to Skelly. Off the side of his boot. That'll invite some danger. Tigers win it back. A little high there on Clifford. Handball back to Gardner. Gardner sends it deep, and parked behind the ball was Christensen. Rackett. Now Sutton. Goes inside for Skelly. Thought about the quick release to Christensen. Thought better of it. Cross to Smith. Smith to Hooker. Hooker darts inside. Launches it towards half forward. It's all Tigers behind the football though. Yadomski with the relieving mark. Brewer. Short for Golding. Tompkinson. Suki thumps it away from him. Fell to Williams, to Webb. McCulloch. Some time and space. Oh, sold a little candy. That was clever. Dished it off to Reardon. Elijah Reardon. He too misses. It's infectious. 9 goals, 16. 1 goal, 12 from their last 13 scoring shots. Fletcher Hooker through his hands, but some late contact will see him get the ball. Great kick. Going back to Clifford. Bastic boots a ball. It's the umpire called here. To the Bombers. We'll move it on. Good kick. Works his way there to Perkins. Perkins from the paint. Pumps it deep. Siggins lurking. 2 to beat. Donnelly did well. Sees it across the line. Toss back in. Umpire will call for it once more. Flipping up a little high there, the tackle. Clifford of the Wolverine out of defence. Looking towards red time now. Christensen at ground level. Campbell scooped it back. Used through traffic. Was sharp, then taken in stride by Webb. He's been impressive today, Webb. Around the corner. Taken by Martin. Zeitzen has one arm of his. Got his kick away though. Over the head of Lockie Clifford. Bell Chambers with two on him. Going nowhere. Eddie Cole fired one over the top. Griggs managed to get a kick forwards. It'll stay in play, will it? It does for Ned Shaw. He's got some support behind the ball in Blake Smith. Smith, with a good kick to Bell Chambers. A racket. Kicks to a contest in the middle of the ground. Godomski charging through, couldn't quite gather. Still the ball spilling around and fell out the back at the end of McCulloch. McCulloch's kick, a poor one. It's chopped off. Christensen. Sting well and truly out of this one as Hooker from half back launches them forward once more. Over the top, bounces over Blackburn, spiked away by Clifford. McCulloch, Gardner. Kick up towards the wing, Eddie Cole judged it nicely, took the mark. Christensen retreats. Sharp kick finds Shaw. By hand they charged through the middle here. Suki sends them forward. Lovely line breaking there, and he found Jeremiah Perkins. Perkins stabs one into the corridor. Just missed his kick though. Brereton will take it back the other way. And he finds Gardner. Sorry, Campbell. So another victory coming up for the Tigers. They'll get the 4 points. That's all that matters. A big 2 weeks coming up for them though. With Clarence being rather dismantled by Launceston, you'd say they're likely their 2 biggest rivals this season. Launceston and obviously North Launceston. They're locked in a really tough battle with them for top spot. Martin goes into the corridor. That's who they'll play in the next 2 weeks. Home field advantage could be absolutely pivotal. Great tackle by Reardon there. Rewarded though, Bell Chambers. By hand, they keep working it, keep the ball in motion. Franklin. Stanley couldn't quite mark. Siggins for his 3rd of the final term, swoops on it, and the bounce just carries the line. And Sammy Siggins has 3 in the final term. The Bombers along to 6-8-44. All of his side's goals. Final term here. Cuts the margin back to 26 points. Which, given the way the game had been trending, was, I think, 54-10. 44 points was the margin midway through the second term. It's looking like it could be quite the blowout at that stage, but they've fought hard. They've equalised things around the contest. They've kept working. Managed to claw back some respectability on the scoreboard, even though the results never really been in doubt. Siggins back into the ruck, and he fired one out to Hooker. Hooker goes looking for Gridley. Reardon spoiling away. Spilt to Sutton. Sutton turns inside 50, and he fires one. How's that going to carry? Just offline. 6 goals, 9. So McCulloch. McGuinness couldn't quite get that one. Steadies one to the pocket, spoiled away. Kick a bit of an up and under. The teeth of gold, double-fisted spoil out and in the pocket. Eddie Cole first to it. Bellchambers comes across to apply the pressure. Back in, Siggins. Curran. Pressure comes from Continenza. Siggins and Tompkinson. Tompkinson reaches over the top. Curran unable to get his kick on goal. Martin. Tried to play the 1-2, but interjecting was O'Neill. Still they attack. They play handballs, and then Finn Reid right to the line. Finn Reid cannot find the goal. Some good defensive work right on the goal line there. Back to an even 4 goals now, the margin. Can't be long left in this one. Blasted out of there by Reardon. Thrown back into play. Siggins full of Tompkinson's jump there. Sutton. Cracking in Brewer. Somehow the ball's released. Right out towards Christensen. Christensen shoved off it. Eventually a whistle's going to go, and it's going to go the way of the Tigers. So perhaps a chance for one more for the Tigers. They've only kicked one in the second half. 8 goals, 4. Quarter of an hour into the second term. Diving on top of that, Silky. The umpire will call for it. 1 goal, 12 since that point. All the Tigers. Scoring's dried up in the second half. Lauderdale have tightened the screws a little. This one just eluding Brewer. Stanley on top. Umpire circling, and he'll call it, holding the footy. Free kick to McGuinness. Squared it up for Franklin. Nice work there from Ned Shaw. Finds his target. They'll consider the handball over the top to Siggins. Thought better of it and then went to Treasure instead. Charlie Treasure. As he got the journey in him, well, siren sounded, so it's his only option at this point. So can Charlie Treasure cut it back to 18 points to the final margin here? Should be a respectable scoreline. A game that they've never really been in truth. It was settled very early, but they've worked hard. Treasure doesn't quite catch that one right. He won't trouble the scorers, and that will end the match. 9 goals, 16-70. The Tigers defeat Lauderdale 6 goals, 10-46. It was pretty scrappy stuff in the second half, really. It was 3 goals, 6 to 1 goal, 9. That was all the scoring we saw in the second half. It dried up. It was pretty tough conditions, though. The wind really swirling around, moving the ball pretty tough. The Tigers, they didn't need to overextend themselves. They had the game won, and Lauderdale were able to claw back a bit of respectability on the final score. A 24-point victory, but a very comfortable one for the Tigers. That's all from me. Andrew calling this one at the Twin Ovals. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and until next weekend, it's bye for now.